All right, guys. So I wanted to do a quick comparison and some of the observations I made on the new citruses. Citrus 7's released here in 2022. I had the pair from 2006. Way back, destroyed them. I'm gonna be quick here. I'm not gonna blabber off too much, but there's been a couple of different iterations of the Jordan 7 Retro, is what I'm getting at here, and those the 2006 really followed kind of what we see here. These are the 2002 Raptors, 2004 Olympics, and there's a couple of things as far as the shape that are maintained. That have kind of not been maintained, rather, I would say, with the more recent retros, and then that have been really perfected in terms of the OG with these most recent ones. I think as far back as the alternate Olympics, maybe with the toe box. But let's get into a few of the things I'll kind of explain. And I also want to explain why this shoe is really not like, it's really unlike some of the past retros, and it's really unlike the 2006 for a few reasons. It still has the nostalgia, but it's a bit of a different shoe. So I wanna just point out a few things here about some of the original retros. So I believe this in the French blue in 2002 was the first retros of the seven. One of the things that you've probably already kind of noticed, the V cut here on the toe box. So it had gotten for a little while up to like the 2012 retros. It had gotten very narrow. If you look right here, this this cut here is most in line with the OG from '92. Let me put the Olympic up here as well. So this is kind of, and this, they're different materials. It's an older shoe, but this is about, you see where, how the lace kind of lines up with that one, two, three. It should be way further down there. And then this is coming way further down. The V actually stops. It actually stops a ways up from where the laces are. You see that there? So it's much wider. They've really gotten much closer. So you see how much wider, even the laces. You see what I mean? Just naturally, they're really getting back to the 2002, and just as well with along with that, if you can already see it here, the actual inner booty, the tongue part is much higher. And let me turn them all around here. Here. Just all around the whole full booty is just a lot higher. And if you can kind of see that, even the Olympics is maybe a little bit higher as well. And again, this is 2004, 2002, 2022. There's a few things. Another thing I want you to notice, you see how much higher this is up from there than here, and even here, the Olympics were real low. Just pretty much the whole back of the shoe has been raised up. You see the cut of the leather right there. The whole back of the shoe has pretty much been raised up. Um, it's just a bit higher. And again, that kind of really is in line with the '92, the actual shape of the inner booty. If you see here, it's a lot wider. And you see, like I'm talking about this right here. See that cut there? How it's a lot more. It's a lot wider here with the older retros. Um, so these are some, in my opinion, improvements. And then another thing, I don't know if this is specific to the OG, but you see this material is almost like what you see in the 12 and the 10 on the inside. The '06 had it like this. All the retros that I can remember have had this, the kind of same material um, for the inner sock liner. That's not the case here, and this really grips on the socks, so it gives you a lot more of a lockdown feel. So there's some, I mean, right there, that alone. In here, I'm gonna set this up kind of side by side so you can kind of see it. Um, and I want to make some remarks about the 2012 stuff. The whole shape of the shoe, you can see how this compared to like the 2012, some of the more recent retros before they went to this kind of OG look. This wasn't high like this. It was more leveled out. Even the tongue portion was leveled out. So this is a great thing here that they've gone back to this. So they've gone back to that, the general shape, but they've kind of lifted the heel portion of the shoe, and then also pretty much redone the entire inner booty and the cut here along the toe box there. So these are to me those are huge improvements. And then one last thing that I'm gonna point out, you kind of see the sculpt here for the kind of mountain peaks, if you will, how they're much smaller. The top portion there, I need to get these restored, man. These have been great shoes, but here you've got a much larger portion there, and I think that this is retained from the 2012. I don't mind that, but when I say 2012, I'm just saying that retro in general, right? That kind of retro kind of body style, if you will, or template. But yeah, I mean, great improvements. I would say I'm very excited to see the Cardinals that come out. I'm really liking this shoe a lot. Another thing that I'll point out as far as wearing the shoe, extremely comfortable. They're more comfortable than a little more comfortable than I remember. The air sole seems like closer to the foot, if that kind of makes sense. The sevens have always been like that. I don't know why, but the eights and nines and sixes do not feel like sevens. And even like say, like if you've had a pair of tens, and sevens as well, you'll kind of know what I mean if you've worn them quite a bit. The air sole, it's like an adhesive that sticks it to the midsole footbed. When it comes loose after wearing them for a while, the air sole actually starts to squeak, like it's like "Grr, grr," like every step you take. I've never had that happen with a pair of eights or nines or sixes. So I don't know what the construction is like personally to me, eights and nines and sixes feel like bricks, but this shoe has always been extremely comfortable, and you can really feel the air sole. So I don't know what's the difference between them, but yeah, they've got it right. They've got it right with the actual shape of the shoe. I'm even looking at even the shape here. Um, but again, this is kind of age, but I missed that. But if they can redo these Olympics, because this is my grail here, the 2004 Olympics, if they can please just redo the Olympics using the same formula they've got here for the sevens now, um, that would make me a very happy man. And that would probably be the only pair of shoes that I wear. I know a lot of people were talking about some of the factory defects with some of their pairs. I didn't really run into anything with my pair. Um, they've been great. The Nubuck looks pretty good. It's pretty smooth. I don't really have any complaints. One thing you guys have to keep in mind, a lot of the softening of the materials and everything kind of comes with age. Even like these, 2002s, this kind of comes with age. They may have looked and felt a bit similar to this, honestly, when they initially came out 20 years ago, right? But with age, and I don't really see any issue with these. So we'll see how they continue to age. I'm liking them a lot though. And I honestly don't have any complaints. Like I said, I didn't really have any factory defects or anything like that. I know a lot of people aren't huge fans of the Jordan 7. Personally, it's my favorite. It's always been very unique and striking, and just a bit of nostalgia, from the retros back in the day. So we'll see. But yeah, we'll see how they do with the Cardinals, and hopefully they bring back the Olympics using this formula. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks.